Howdy out there, everyone. Today I'm going to take a final attempt here to get this review up. I had one that was flagged for copyright due to some music that was playing overhead, and then another attempt where I made a major flub. So here we are. Henry Fonda, 12 Angry Men, 1957 release, directed by Sidney Lumet. And of course, this is Kino Lorber's new 4K Blu-ray release of this film. And what I think is just most fascinating about it is it's, again, one of those movies that is a terrific example of the power of cinema, especially with a very Spartan sort of 12 men in a room format such as this flick. I think this is probably one of the best films ever made. It's certainly not got an ounce of fat on it, and I don't think there's really anything it lacks. It's a terrific firecracker story, script, acting, direction. You can see why Sidney Lumet went on to have just a fantastic film career after this movie. And I think Henry Fonda, I'd just like to point out that he, in my mind, is one of the most impressive actors to ever act on film. He was so effortless. He just brought a sense of authenticity that, especially for the time, was just not heard of. He was so natural in front of the camera. He, of course, was actually a producer on this film, and it began a string of movies that he became more known for production as well as, of course, acting. And I don't think there's any denying the power of this film or the import of this film. But what is interesting is that when it was first released, it was not a big hit. It apparently had done better overseas than it did over here in the States, which I find interesting. But of course, over the years, has been generally regarded as one of the finest films ever made. And what I want to point out too, with this excellent Kino Lorber release, which, by the way, has a terrific 4K Blu-ray transfer as well as solid audio. The supplemental features include the 1997 made-for-television remake starring James Gandolfini, Jack Lemmon, I believe Ossie Davis. It's got a Tony Danza, of all people, who does a decent job, but he's definitely, when you look at the cast of the 1997 film, you think, he's certainly the odd man out, but I think he acquits himself pretty nicely. So in fairness to him, I think he obviously brought his A game when surrounded with that cast. But I love the fact that they've got that remake directed by William Friedkin on this 2-disc package as well. And of course, it comes with slipcover and a couple of making of featurettes on the second disc along with that 1997 film. And while it doesn't have some of the other features Criterion's release has, I don't think there's any doubt that the 4K Blu-ray transfer on this Kino Lorber release is the definitive transfer for this film, and one that I think just looks so impressive. It's truly one of those movies that defies expectations and sits proudly on my shelf. So on that note, please do take care out there, everyone. Stay safe, be kind, and by all means, keep watching good cinema.